Welcome, everyone. My next guest is a guy called Myles Maximilian, and he's going to be working at the moment. He's at work. But what he does is he's on the doors tonight. He's going to be on the doors. So we're going to check in on him and see if there's any trouble going on at the clubs that he's at. So we're going to do an interview whilst he's working on the door, doing security. See if anything kicks off while we're there. That'd be interesting to see. There. Let's get him on. Here he is. Hey, there he is.
How are you? You good?
Yeah, good to see you.
I've found a back room, so I'm not on the front door. But I've snuck off. I've snuck off for a minute.
I thought there was a chance we'd be able to see a few people coming in and out.
I mean, I might get called to the front in a bit, so there might be some action. But for now, we're all good. It's early days.
Oh, you found
we're all
little
good.
room.
Yeah,
I thought we was gonna have a live security session.
Got a little punch bag back here. We've got it all.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I thought this would do the job.
How you been then, champ?
Been good. Bit of fun during silly season, as always. But yeah, back to training. A couple potential dates in the diary. So yeah, back to it. Me and Connor are training hard. Got the routine dialed in. Things are going well.
Beautiful. So let's just quickly press on about your last fight. So you took on the rematch against Kieran McCullie. His name is actually.
Yeah, that's right.
You took on the rematch. It went pretty much the same way as the first fight, I'd say.
Yeah.
Talk us through your thoughts on that fight.
I mean, for me, completely different to the first one. Because the first time I fought in the DKM show and fought Kieran, I mean, I had about less than 6 months experience boxing. I just had a charity boxing match. Pretty boy George told me that there's someone with a title that I could challenge, and believed in me more than I did myself the first time. And well, stuck to the game plan and walked away with the belt. And obviously he wanted it back, so we accepted the rematch. And the second time round just felt totally different. Walking into the ring, it all just went to plan. And that was probably down to the coaching of Connor and the preparation we put in this time round as well.
Yeah, 100%. When I say the second fight was similar to the first, I mean, I would say same result and same pattern in his fitness.
Knowing what you're talking about. I think we both came straight out ready for a war again. That didn't change much. But I know there's some issues with the shoulder, but either way, I've got a lot of respect for the bloke. When he's all healed up, we're going to get some training in together. We actually got some training lined up this weekend with another DKM fighter too. So yeah, lots going on. I learned a lot from it, and I'm looking forward to the next bout as well.
Yeah, will we see a trilogy of that fight under any circumstances?
Doubt it. After the last one, he did say he wasn't going to fight me again. He is training. He is coming back. He is going to box again. I just doubt you'll see us in the same ring. I'm also going down a weight class as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
What, to super middle?
Not to super middle. I just know I'm going to fight someone around 66, 67 kg because, I mean, the last one, I went in the ring at like 80. You're
a light heavy, aren't you?
82 kg title belt. But, I mean, yeah, I just think I'm better at a lighter weight now. I'm not hitting the gym to try and be big anymore. I'm trying to be quick. So,
so what weight are you thinking of going down to?
Probably 67, 66. 60? Around that.
66?
Not 66, 76.
Oh, I was going to say.
76. Yeah, no, we ain't going that light. We ain't going that light.
God, yeah. So yeah, you're going down to super middle. You're going from light heavy to super middle. I was at 76. So you're coming down into the super middleweight division. You mean?
That's
I was going to say
I was going to say, how the hell are you going to do
flyweight.
light heavy to welterweight?
No.
You know?
No, that's not happening. No, so 76, 77 kg.
Right.
One of the shows I'm looking to fight on they weigh in the day before as well, which makes life a bit easier too. So we'll see what happens, but I don't really fancy getting in the ring with someone else's 82 kg again. It's not really fun.
Yeah.
I'd rather be fighting around my weight, which is naturally a bit lighter.
Yeah. Okay. So were you probably fighting a little bit higher than your natural weight class then?
Well,
why were you doing that?
The first time I fought Kieran, I was coming in from just hitting the gym, so I was bigger. I was sat around that weight anyway, so it worked well. But when it came to the rematch, I was trying to put weight on because there's like a 2 kg leeway each side.
Yeah.
So I was doing the opposite. I was drinking loads of water before we fucking weighed in.
Yeah.
So I made weight, and then I'm sure he was doing the opposite. So it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense.
So it seems like it's because you were quite bulky, weren't you? So it makes sense to me though, like because you were a little bit more weight based in your training. It appeared. Yeah. So you looked more stocky, and with that comes weight. You know.
Yeah, and I was stiff as well. I wasn't moving the way I move now. I was just fucking square, which is not what you want to be.
Yeah. Someone said they love the hat. Hold on, let me just show them the hat. There we go, Liverpool. There's my team. And you know, got to be proper. Yeah. So I was just saying, you was a bit stiff, and it's interesting to see that you're saying that you're going to go down a weight. I actually think that's going to suit you. And I'll tell you what, Conor Ward would know what he's doing. He knows what he's doing, that guy, from what I can see outside looking in.
You know what, it's been really, really interesting training with him. So before Conor, I was working with Cookie. He's had 20 amateur bouts, won like 26 of them. We met after my first ever charity bout in the smoking area, and he ended up training me for my first one against Kieran. Sadly, he had a few commitments. He couldn't, commit to the training that I needed. Yeah. A good friend of mine introduced me to Conor, and we've just gone straight back to the basics, stripped it all down. Yeah. I mean, I'll be the first one to admit that I was a bit flat-footed. Probably still am a little bit as well. That's being worked on. Yeah. And just learning lots from him, and just being in that stable around, Isaac Chamberlain, Oliver Edwards. Just around those kind of people is just taking me up the next level. So, I mean, this year we're looking to get at least 4 or 5 fights in the diary.
Really?
Really just focused this year, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So let's talk about the split then with Cook. So was it you that called that split?
Just kind of worked out, like, when I got the rematch confirmed with Kieran, I'd reached out to Cookie. I was like, listen, let's get the training going again. He just set up his own business. It wasn't really... We weren't able to see each other as much as I needed to see someone. So it made more sense. I reached out to Ollie and said, listen, any chance I can come into, I'm in to your gym and train with you guys. And I mean, Cookie was in my corner for the last fight, even though Conor was coaching me. So we're still boys. We'll still train together. I still see him around. But in terms of the kind of training and consistency I need, Conor's there. And that's just how it is. And that's how it's going to be looking for the foreseeable.
Yeah. That gym looks like a gym of graft, I've not been there, and I'd love to come down and have a session with you guys. But that gym, from what I've heard, it's quite affiliated with Miguel's, and a lot of people sort of cross over between there. I've heard it's a brilliant gym and with a tremendous work ethic. Yeah. And it seems that you're thriving under this new environment, and sometimes a change can be good, can't it?
100%. I think that you can learn a lot of things from different people, and I've come in there, and Conor's really picked up on my strengths and worked off of those, and also really focused on my weaknesses, which I hadn't been focusing on, and didn't realize how much of a weakness they were until they're pointed out. So learning lots. Really supportive team. I mean, everyone in there just has that winner mentality. Yeah. And if you're not giving it 100%, then why the fuck are you in the gym? Yeah. It's just how it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
So grateful to be with the team, and I'm with Conor as well.
Yeah, I've got to say, from the training footage I've seen of you, you're looking quicker. You're punching straighter. You look like you're punching harder. Your technique looks better. The doubters and the opponents that want to beat you will say this guy's flat-footed and he doesn't move so well.
Yeah.
What's your response to that your movement is stiff and your footwork is in the mud?
You know, this is funny you say this, because you said there's been a lot of people in your DMs talking about me, and I think it would be good if they fucking said it with their chest and hopped in the live like I am right now. But nonetheless, I mean, listen, there's always going to be something to improve on, and that's what we're working on at the moment. But it hasn't held me back so far, and we're only going to get better as time goes on. So let's see if they hold me back in the next bout.
Yeah,
let's have a look.
Well, let's come on to what you just said.
Yeah,
because this is the Gunman Insta Live, no silencer. You know, let's talk straight up. We shouldn't be holding anything back. And I did a pound for pound list at the end of 2023, and I put you in, I think 8 or 9. I can't remember my order now, but I had you in my pound for pound list, and I got heckled a little bit with your name being in there. Not heckled. That's probably a little bit harsh, but there was a few people that, I won't name any names because that's not what I do on this channel, but there are a few people that said, why is this guy in there? But funny enough, when I actually asked anyone, well, who beats him? Who beats him? You can't just say on a pound for pound list, he can't be in there. You need to replace him with someone. So when I said who in DKM at light heavy beats him, I didn't get many answers.
It just says it all, really, doesn't it? I mean, what more do you need to say?
Yeah. So who beats you? So when I started exploring this, because I like to take people's opinions on board. Yeah, I should say. And Slick Rick is the other champion, and Dylan Bishop was meant to fight Slick Rick. Slick Rick pulled out with a back injury, but Dylan Bishop's been rising. He's won a few fights. He's looking quite good. So those are the two guys I think, me personally, think that I'd like to see you in with.
Yeah, I mean,
to cement your position on that list.
100%.
I think you can win either of those fights. But the beauty of it is, with those 3 operators, you could all beat each other.
That's what makes it exciting. You know, if you walk in there knowing you're just going to win them, and the crowd knows that as well, then what's the point of watching? What I will say is I've got an opponent lined up for either the 16th of March or the 23rd. There's some politics with the promoters at the moment, so we're getting that lined up. But I've already agreed to fight someone that I've seen. I don't know his name. I've just seen his sparring videos, so that's getting lined up. Do you say Dylan? Was it Dylan? The other kid?
There's Dylan Bishop. I think at your weight. When I came to do my...
I've not seen him fight.
Yeah, sorry. When I was looking at my pound for pound list, I was finding it tough between you and Slick Rick. But Dylan Bishop has actually emerged since then. And I think between the 3 of you, you're the most 3 exciting fighters on the DKM roster. Yeah. I'm talking about the DKM roster. Sure. And I speak of the DKM roster because I commentate on that show. And I know that roster well. And I think on that roster... I think those are the 3 best operators at your weight, but I don't see you out of depth with any of them, so I don't see a problem with you.
It's interesting. I mean, we'll just have to see where it goes. I mean, this is going to be my first time fighting at 76 kg, so I don't know whether I'm going to like it or not, how it's going to go yet. It's feeling pretty good so far, but if I go back up or not, that's yet to be decided. I haven't actually watched Dylan or Slick Rick fight. I rarely really watch other people fight. I just focus on what I need to work on. Yeah. So I need to do my due diligence, obviously. But I mean, I always said this with Cookie, right? Anyone who wants it can get it. So let me get the next fight out the way, and we can start lining people up.
That makes sense. Question: so why would you not study your opponents?
Listen, I look at who I'm fighting. I'll see where they're at, but I leave that down to my coach. I think it's quite easy just to focus on your competition too much. Worry about what they're doing, look at their Instagram. I'm worried about what I'm doing and what I can do better, and what I haven't done yet I need to focus on, and that's served me well so far. I leave my coach to study who I'm fighting. To me, they got 2 legs, 2 arms and a head, and they're getting in a ring with me, and my coach will be coaching me on what I need to work on to win that fight. That's just how I've gone about it.
No, I mean, it's interesting because different fighters say different things. I mean, with me, I always wanted to study my opponent, like
Ricky Hatton. He used to watch him obsessively.
Yeah, but then you can overthink things, and often when you see someone sparring, their work isn't the same when you fight them, you know, and you can start building up things in your mind and all the rest of it. So some people are like yourself, they prefer just to let their coach get on with it. But some people don't want to know about their opponent at all and just deal with it on the night. So it's interesting. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
In terms of your last opponent, I just want to go back to Kieran again.
Go on.
So you got 2 knockout victories over him. Does it upset you that those 2 victories and 2 hard camps kind of get marred by other people who say that he was a dead duck and he was no good and they don't rate you and you're not getting the plaudits that you feel that you should deserve for those 2 wins and that winning that belt?
I never heard anybody say that. I don't really give a... Yeah, I couldn't care less. I got on that ring with him with 6 months boxing experience and challenged him for a title. And then when he wanted a rematch, I accepted it. So you can try and talk that down as much as you want, but at the end of the day, I've still got the fucking belt in my house and I'm looking for the next win as well. They can say what they want.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, you got to remember, people only talk about you when you're doing well. You know what I mean?
Rent free.
Yeah, if you're 10-0, people are talking about you. If you're 0-10, no one wants to know who you are.
It says it all.
So it says it all.
I'm going to have to shoot shortly. If you've got a couple more questions you wanted to fire off, then I'm going to have to get back to the door in a sec.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. It's been an absolute pleasure because I know you're working. We did want to get you on, and we did want to see where you're at.
Yeah, it's been good.
4 to 5 fights this year. Yeah, 4 to 5 fights this year. You're going to be, you're out next on the 23rd of March, but you don't know your opponent's name. Is that correct?
So either the 16th of March or the 23rd, but I'm pretty sure it's the 23rd now. And there may even be one in May that I'm hopping on as well. So lots to come. Literally 10 weeks gap between each fight this year, I reckon.
Yeah.
And next one, 23rd of March. Keep it free in your calendars. And I'll keep you all posted.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Listen, we'll let you get back to work. So I understand that you got to keep that place safe. You know what I mean? And if someone's getting their head bottled in because you're talking,
you've been distracting me
because you're talking to the gunman, that won't be a good look. So listen, thanks so much for your time. I know it's a bit quicker one, but we're just really grateful to have you on, just to share a little bit about your future.
Thanks for having me,
We're all excited to see you fight again, mate. We really are excited to see you fight again. We really want to see you in some mouth-watering fights this year now. And none of my pound for pound listeners lost so far, so don't go letting me down.
No, they won't. Don't you worry. And I appreciate you having me. I think what you're doing at the moment is sick. It's like you've found your calling, mate. So keep doing what you're doing. And
thank you, mate.
We'll be catching up soon. All right.
Have a nice evening, man. Thank you, man. Take care.